Come, hold it. Hold. All of you hold the scissors. Cut. Cut. Hooray! All right. Set. Thank you. Now then, baby. Right. Push. Yes. Going. It's your classroom, not mine. Let's go.
Hurry up.
Okay. Guess who I'm gonna feed?
Head boy.
Okay, hold on. See who gets the first piece, eh?
Yes.
You wanna see who gets the first piece? No. Respected elders, Reverend Sarangani Bunivalu, distinguished guests, Minister of Education officials, teachers, students, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Maleka, and a very, very good morning to you all. Thank you for the traditional welcome. Thank you very much to your children for the song of welcome. I think that's the best welcome I've received in the last 4 years. And thank you very much. Thank you for being here this morning, and thank you for being with us to celebrate the commissioning of your classrooms that was damaged by TC Winston. Ladies and gentlemen, if we think back when Winston struck Fiji, I think those memories will always remain within us. The fact that your school was destroyed, the fact that your homes were destroyed, is a clear indication that Fiji is prone to natural disasters. The lessons learned indicate that we will have more cyclones. We will have severe flooding. And all this is because of climate change. And it is very important that we teach ourselves how to protect our families, how to protect our properties, how to protect our farms from natural disasters. Of course, we cannot stop natural disasters. We cannot stop rain, we cannot stop flooding, we cannot stop cyclones. But we all can know what is to be done, we all can do what we can do to protect our environment, and we need to start with our children. So I'm sure your teachers are doing their part in ensuring that our children learn about natural disasters, because their future will also be affected. At one time we used to say, climate change, we used to read it in the books. We would see other countries devastated by floods and cyclones and earthquakes and tsunamis. But when Winston struck Fiji, we saw what it could do. Thousands and thousands of homes were destroyed. Lives were lost. Property was damaged. Infrastructure was damaged. And in Fiji, we are still building. We haven't built. We haven't recovered from the effects of TC Winston. Today, we may have done a little part of ours in building your classroom so that our children can learn in better classrooms. But the country is still recovering. Okay? So this morning I think we also need to celebrate the fact that you are one of those communities where we have managed to rebuild your classroom. And I'd like to thank the asset management team, the Minister of Education, and also the construction implementation unit team from the Ministry of Economy, who have managed to complete a lot of schools. However, there are still some schools. We still have some children studying in makeshift classrooms. And I'm also proud to say that you must have heard about Coral Island and how devastated Coral Island was. Almost everything was destroyed to the ground. We should be able to complete our Coral Island school rehabilitation project by the end of this month. And at this point, I'd also like to thank everybody, our overseas partners, our NGOs, the faith-based organizations, the communities who went out of their way to assist people who were affected by this. As I was sitting here, I was told that flooding is a problem here. Your rivers get flooded, so we need to be more cautious about that. Okay? So if I can give you some figures, ladies and gentlemen, 430 schools sustained various levels of damage from TC Winston across the country, and your school was one of them. This is the third year as we progress into the third year post TC Winston, we have done a lot of work. We have done a lot of work by making sure majority of our classrooms are now completed, and most of our students are now in classroom study. You may recall reading in news and watching in TV. At one time we had children sitting in tents and studying, and we had no choice. But we made sure that the children's education was not affected. Our Honorable Prime Minister gave instructions that every child should be facilitated in schools, right? And of course, you've got to understand that we need money to rebuild schools. We spent well over $240 million from the government side for rehabilitation of work in our schools. However, our donor partners, our international agencies, or the non-governmental organizations, they also came up on board and adopted schools. So I'd like to thank them all. So $240 million so far spent by government, and then we have the Ministry of Economy that is managing 206 projects, and we still have to finalize for 4 schools. 125 schools across the country. We at the ministry are looking after that to carry out minor upgrade work. We have constructed over 400 new buildings, and 1,350 buildings have been upgraded. So that is a lot of work that has been done, but like I said, we still need to do a lot more to complete all the damages that was done by TC Winston. Coming back to this morning, Reverend, thank you very much. You mentioned the role of parents. It's very important. When it comes to education, we cannot just say, oh, it is a governmental responsibility. I'm sure you all will believe that we all have a role to play. The government has its role to play, the parents have its role to play, your faith-based organizations have a role to play, the community has a role to play. And as I look across the 70 or so students sitting here, your presence here this morning actually indicates the interest that you have in your children. While we take away a lot of financial burdens off you, while we don't expect you to pay fees and the textbooks and the other costs, the transport assistance, we expect as parents for you to be responsible in looking after the needs of your children, the health of your children, the discipline, the teachings of moral values is very important, and that starts within the home. And I'm sure as parents, as grandparents, as guardians, you are ensuring that your children learn good manners, your children learn your religious values, your children learn healthy eating habits. And it has to start with us. When I was with the Ministry of Health, one thing that the shocking figures that used to come to us is the rising levels of NCDs. During dengue season, we will have a lot of dengue cases, people even died with that. But the biggest one is NCDs. And we've got to make sure that our children are protected from all diseases. And we need to ensure that we practice healthy lifestyle, keeping our classroom, our compounds clean, eating the right type of food, exercising, etc. is very. So that's where the parental role comes in. Okay? And again, I'm very pleased to say that Viria District School has become an established institution with a very impressive academic record. So to the teachers who were here in the past and to the current teachers, congratulations and thank you for doing a wonderful job. And I'm told that in 2017, the school received the then Minister's Excellent Award for 100% pass rate in Year 6 examination. In 2018, your school received 100% pass rate in Year 6 and Year 8 examination. So that's an achievement. And so thank you very much. You also have a role to play. Okay? So thank you very much for that. Like I said, to the former teachers and to the current teachers, I'm sure you'll keep up the record. And for many, your school will be very small and many people would not know where it is. But you've made a mark by producing such excellent results. And we'd like you to do that. So I urge the management, I urge the Vunivalu, the parents and the committee members, please support the staff here. Right? If you need assistance as a government, we are here. But please do support the teaching staff here to ensure that your children get the best education. Again, the Reverend spoke about quality education. Where do we get quality education from? If we want our children to be educated, we need quality teachers. That's also very important. Okay? So we are working with our national universities to ensure that whenever teachers graduate, we graduate quality teachers. That's very important. I mean, at one time, teaching was, I served as a teacher for 23 years. Very challenging profession, right? And so we're trying to bring that quality education, quality teachers, quality classroom and learning, quality resources. That's very important. And I'm sure together we can do that. And I am told this year marks your 60th anniversary. So congratulations on that too, and I'm sure there will be celebrations planned later on the year. Please do celebrate. We need to celebrate. You need to celebrate your 60 years of anniversary. And I'd love to be part of that, should you decide when. Okay? And it's very important, ladies and gentlemen, that we celebrate. We need to celebrate our children. Celebrate them. When we read news articles, there's so many issues. Domestic violence, child abuse, rape, sexual harassment. We have children drowning because of somebody's neglect. Accidents because of somebody's neglect. Please, let's look after this. These are the future of our generation. These are the future of Fiji. Let us look across them. They have no idea what's happening probably, what I'm saying. But as parents, I'm sure we understand how important our children are to us. So please look after them. Protect them. And if I can mention again, as the Minister of Education, we have a very strict policy on corporal punishment. There's a corporal punishment policy which makes sure that our children are not beaten or corporally punished in the school system. So, head teacher, I hope I do not receive any complaints where our children get abused and beaten up. I'm sure it's not the case, but you've got to understand, a lot of teachers are losing their job because they beat children. But you've got to understand as parents too, it's illegal for you to beat your own child. You've got to understand that. The law forbids you to inflict corporal punishment on your children. Gone are the days when we would be beaten with tamarind sticks and all those things. Our parents would beat us if we didn't do anything right. We have laws that protect our children. Please find other means of disciplining your children. Don't use sticks and rods and stuff like that. We don't allow that in the classroom. And if you do feel that your child has been beaten in school, please report. Please report. That's very important. Okay? So again, if we can come back to this morning here, we have our contractors here as well, Otec. Thank you very much for completing this project. And I'm told that it took us almost 7 months. And the total cost of this project is $349,007. So the government has invested this amount. And of course, the other grants that come from the government is for your children's education. So thank you, Fortec. And I am told that this building is made to withstand Category 5 cyclones. So should we have another cyclone as strong as TC Winston, Fortec has assured us that this building will not be blown away by a Category 5 cyclone. Okay, Fortec? Okay. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you use this school as an evacuation center as well. Okay? So I'm sure this building would be quite beneficial and helpful to your community. To the students here, those who can understand what I'm trying to say, you are very special to us. Okay? This classroom has been built so that you can study in a good learning environment. You are the future of our country. Respect your teachers, respect your parents, and look after yourself. Okay? So, and I'm sure one day you'll be holding the mic like me and talking to your people. That's what I wish for all of you, success and success and success. And I wish that for all the other children of Fiji. And it is our role as educators, it is our role as the government, it is our role as parents sitting here to make sure that these children get the best that we can give them, so that when they grow up, they give us the best, they give their best to the country. And I'm sure we can do that. Again, to the teachers here, we have 4 teachers here, and we have the teachers of other surrounding schools as well. You also have a big task, very big task. All teachers across the country have a very big task in building a strong foundation for Fiji by educating our little children here. And I'm sure the foundations we lay today will impact our children for a lifetime. and of course impact our economy and our country as a whole. Create the right environment to the teachers, create the right environment, create the right mindset, right attitude, positive, so that you become an inspiration. Through your leadership, through your teaching, you become an inspiration not only to the children, but the community as well. To the management, the elders, and the community, parents and guardians, we all have something to celebrate, we all have something to contribute to the future of our country. We all have something to contribute towards our children's future, and like I said, please celebrate the fact that we have children in our lives. Celebrate the fact that we are here. Celebrate the fact that we don't know whether we're going to have a tomorrow or not. So the things we can do today may not be enough, but let us continue to do what we can. And we can do whatever resources we have, we can do that with whatever the mindset that we have. So I know there's a whole range of activities planned here this morning, and I'm looking forward to the entertainment side of things. But all, Vunivalu, thank you very much for having me here. To the contractors, again, thank you very much for completing. Munesh, you and your team, thank you very much. And to all of you who are here this morning, thank you so much. Look after your health, we at the Ministry of Education stand to support, the government stands to support. Thanks for the support that you give to our government and Honourable Prime Minister. We will continue to serve you within our capacities, and you can count on our support to ensuring that we make life better for you. So with these words, God bless you all, and thank you very much.